World Health Organization and CDC has come out to answer if we should worry about our pets giving us coronavirus or getting coronavirus from our pets. And they say no, not at this time. One, there's not enough evidence, though, to really say either way. But so far, early studies say there's no evidence that pets can spread it to other pets or even people.
Okay.
I'm getting a lot of people asking me that. And so I did a little research and found that's their statement right now. You know, yesterday, I guess about 2 o'clock, I was waiting at these press conferences where they come out every day. And they're like, all right, here's the latest news today. And it's the president, the vice president. That Dr. Fauci is the guy leading our country right now.
He's good, yeah.
He's the head of the president's team of doctors and experts when it comes to coronavirus. Everybody talks, and I'm like, I'm just waiting for Fauci. I need a shirt that says, like, hashtag Fauci lover. Because he comes up, and he's very matter of fact and direct and says, this is what's going to happen. Been following him for a couple of weeks because he's been a guest on a lot of the news channels. So I'm watching yesterday, and the president comes out, and he's like, all right, we're now going to say it was 50. Now it's 10. You don't need to be in a group larger than 10 now. And they're walking us toward being a little more comfortable with semi-quarantining.
Right.
I don't want to come out and say we're all going to be shoved in our houses and locked in our houses. But you can see that it's getting to where that's what they want us to do. Like, hey, if you don't have to be out, don't be out. It was 250 people, then it was 50 people, now it's 10 people. So that was a thing yesterday. And everybody knows about food, and people have been grabbing a lot of food and toilet paper. But let me make a suggestion, is that if you have kids or if you're just get a couple of things to keep you occupied, like games and books. And the good thing about a book is that you can, if you have a Kindle or something, you can, or even a computer, you can read online too if you want. But I would make sure that you take care of yourself, because even they were saying yesterday, this could be July before life is back to normal. And I don't think that it's going to get better before it gets worse, as far as more people getting it and more restrictions on people and what they can do. Because we as humans are kind of morons, and we'll just go gather and have a party. We were seeing that all over America, in Nashville, in New Orleans, on the beach yesterday in Florida. They were packed. So my recommendation is just make sure that you're taken care of as far as keeping you occupied. What I'm doing is I'm making a goal list, because what's today, March 17th? Oh, today's St. Patrick's Day. I'm making a goal list March, April, May to June 1st, right? So you got like 10 weeks or so before June 1st. Is it things that I want to accomplish before June 1st, because I'm going to have a lot more me time. And so I'm probably going to start working on a new book. I'm going to try to get in, if they end up making us work from home, which they haven't yet, and if they don't make us, we're not. I'm going to start doing 2 bike rides a day.
Oh, 2 bike rides.
Yeah, I'm getting a little chubby eating chips. I got too many chips for my Corona closet.
Wow, 2 a days. Okay.
Yeah, but there's a lot of things. I'm going to read more books. I'm going to be deliberate about what I want to accomplish, because otherwise we're going to have 2.5 months and get nothing done.
Right.
Yeah. And we're going to go, dang, I wish I would have used that time for something good. Mm-hmm. Like you can teach your kids something new.
Well, a lot of us parents are about to just become teachers.
Yeah.
So get ready for that. I know teachers are being very proactive, at least at my kids' school, and they're sending out, my son's teacher set up this Facebook group that we can all log on to once school is back going. They're on spring break right now, but she's going to be doing videos from there, so we can just log on to Facebook and she'll be there. It's almost like she's in the classroom, and I'm like, genius. Love you, teacher, because it's going to be hard on a lot of people. And teachers are having to scramble because they have lesson plans and things that can be interactive. And so I feel for a lot of teachers right now, too, trying to how to figure out how to still educate their kids. Whew.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
But don't let this 2.5 to 3 months go by without accomplishing something that probably wouldn't have been accomplished had this not happened. Look at this as a way to actually grow, more so as a way to be like, I'm just trapped in my house.
It's good advice.
So I believe in being very deliberate with goals, writing them down, putting them places, because it's hard to hide from them if they're literally right in front of your eyeballs. It's easy to hide from a goal if it's just in your head, because you just be like, you know what, I'll get to it later. But if you write it down or you put it on in my last book, I talked about putting it on the lock screen of your phone. You want to know what you look at a lot? The lock screen of your phone. And so even if it's one or two things, be very deliberate. I would treat this as like our real life New Year's resolution, but you have 2.5 months. You don't have a whole year to act like you're going to try something and give up by February. This is the time. So our lives are going to be altered a bit because of this. We're going to come together. We're actually going to be more socially responsible than we thought we'd have to be. But we're going to be fine. We're going to be okay. Some people are going to get sick. We're going to help them through it. Our goal is to not get a whole lot of people sick at the same time so the hospitals can't take it. And mostly that's older folks or immuno-weakened folks. You know, I don't have a spleen. Never thought about it, honestly, until I was joking about it yesterday on the show. I just assume I'm Superman. Don't we all a little bit? Just assume we're
Sure, yeah.
I don't have a spleen. I had it taken out when I was a kid. I fell off the roof of a house, ruptured my spleen. They ripped it out. I don't know if ripped is the word. They took it out.
Yeah, they removed
Probably
it
gently.
surgically.
Yeah. So I'm going, wait, am I immunocompromised? I haven't been to a doctor about this since I was like 12. But
I Googled it, and I feel like you could be. But I'm not a doctor. And I don't want to...
wait, you're not a...
I know. And I don't want to scare you, but I think it's something to definitely consider. Like, I think in normal everyday life, you're fine. But if there's some crazy virus, are you fine? You know.
I don't know. I'm going to... I think my goal with our listeners, because I feel like I represent the people that listen to this show. I feel like there's a reason that people listen to me and us. It's because we're like them. We have like sensibilities. We grow up the same. We grew up without a lot. We have the same sensibilities as far as appreciation and just we have the same feelings about what it takes to get ahead. Nothing's really given to us. Like, I feel like people that listen to the show kind of relate with me on that. And so that being said, I'm going to show up to work. And if I need to show up to work at my house, I will. But as of right now, we're rocking it here. Again, I'm also not working at the mill like my stepdad. I'm coming in, I'm talking on a freaking microphone.
Right.
The only thing I'll worry about is the doorknobs out front. So that's what's up. I got a text here. What do you feel about dental professionals continuing to work? I feel like it's a personal decision that everyone gets and has to make. Gets to make until it's made for them, and then has to make for themselves and their family. So I trust scientists and doctors. And if scientists and doctors say dentists shouldn't work anymore, then they probably shouldn't. But I haven't seen that happen. So, I would just encourage you to, with all of the things happening on the internet and people all saying what's going on, listen to scientists, listen to doctors, and whatever politician you listen to that's talking as an expert, don't. Listen to scientists and doctors first. They know what's going on. You had politicians 2 days ago going, hey, go to your local pub, have a party, hang out with everybody. Well, the next day, 6 hours later, like, whoa, we were wrong. So I don't care what politician you were listening to, don't. Unless they're quoting a scientist or a doctor when it comes to this. So there you go. And, you got an old person lives next to you, check on them.
Mm-hmm.
Hit them up. Hey, how you feeling?
Do you need anything? Because they shouldn't be going out to the store or whatever. Or can you have something delivered to them? Because they probably don't know how to use Amazon. I'm just speaking from, maybe they do.
Dang, old person hater.
Well, I know. I'm thinking of my dad. Like he just wouldn't. Like he can't. He thought, you could call Uber, like a taxi on your, he said, what's the phone number for Uber?
Let me take Josh in North Carolina, who's on the phone. Josh, what's happening, dude?
Morning, studio.
Morning.
Not a whole lot. I was seeing if you was willing to make a trade.
All right, what are we going to trade here?
Okay.
I got some nice old bottle of Germ-X for a good old signed Bobby book.
Let me see here. How big's that bottle of Germ-X?
Oh, it's 8 ounces.
Is it new, or have you been dabbling?
It's brand new.
Come on, Josh. You been dabbling a little bit, getting a couple squirts out before you send it to me?
No, it's brand new. 2 bottle, 8-ounce bottles, baby. Brand new.
So you're telling me, Josh,
16 ounces.
which book do you want? Bare Bones or Fail Until You Don't?
Fail Until You Don't.
Okay. Let me see here. You're going to send me 2 bottles of Germ-X for one signed Fail Until You Don't.
That's right.
Take it.
In a consideration for later? What?
It's rare, man. You ought to take the deal.
How did you get this Germex?
Let's just say I work for an environment that you got to have Germex.
Let's just say.
Wait, hold on. And it's pure Germex, 100% pure.
Oh yeah.
Now, did you water it down and now?
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's all. Yeah, I believe
he's
him.
like, let's just say.
Bobby, make the deal.
All right. Okay, Josh, you got a deal, bud. I will send you a signed fail until you don't book. And then you send me. But we got to trust each other because I'm going to send it out today.
I'll send mine out today.
All right. I'm going to put you on hold. I'm going to mail it to you today, and I'll get whatever you want me to write in the book, and I'll write it in there. All right? That's a deal. We got a deal.
Good deal.
All right.
We got a deal. All right, Josh. See you, bud. Don't hang up.
Thank you, man.
Don't hang up.
What is this, prison?
Right.
Can someone give me a shank?
I can make you one.
Luke Combs. Even though I'm leaving, Bobby Bone Show. All right, in the next segment, we got to get to a few things. One, drama with the draft yesterday. We'll give you the results. Well, there are new rules being implemented by Scuba Steve, the referee. Also, coming up in a second, drama at my house yesterday. Holy moly, what was happening? We got a lot. Also, I'll play you a clip on how to get rid of nerves. If you have to give a presentation at work or speak in front of a few people, and you're like, I'm so nervous, I'm going to play you a clip of how to get rid of nerves. By the way, that clip is of me on American Idol last night talking to a kid about how to get rid of nerves. All right, all that coming up. I'm home yesterday and kind of stretching out because I know I'm just going to be at home a lot over the next few months, which is weird because I'm not traveling for work. Everything is shut down. Everything in my life is off, except still this show where I drive into work, which I don't know how long that's going to be. Because as I'm reading emails from the company, it seems like eventually they're just going to go stay home and work from home. I think that's what's going to happen to most of us. But here, we're in studio today. You can watch us. We have cameras in the studio. Just go to facebook.com/Bobby Bone Show. But I'm home. I got my PlayStation 4. I hadn't started playing it really yet. I got booted up. I did some work from the home studio. We did a podcast last night, which was great. Matt Jones from Kentucky Sports Radio came on and talked about Kentucky country music. So I'm getting ready for it, and all of a sudden, all my power goes out. I lose my internet. And I'm like, what has happened? I have no power, no internet. It felt like church camp all over again. And so I'm sitting around. My phone's almost dead, which means I would have no cell, and I have no way to charge it. Yeah, it felt like Walking Dead, guys. I was about 10 minutes away from being on Walking Dead.
Oh, wow.
So, and I don't want to go back to what like church camp was. I did not have a good church camp experience. It ended up being okay. Like year 2 that I went, year 1 I go, and I would get so homesick anyway. I go to church camp because I wouldn't leave home. I would go and I would be home, and then I didn't really have a lot of friends. So I would never spend the nights. And I wouldn't go places because they didn't have TVs in their living room or TVs that I could sleep with a TV on. And so church camp was always miserable. Or just leaving home. So I went to church camp first year, and I get to church camp, and I'm excited because it was like all of our youth group. It was like 9 of us. Went to a small Baptist church, but it was like 9 of us. And I had a scholarship. Someone from the church paid for me to go. I couldn't afford to go to church camp, but we go. And the first night, I remember sneaking out and just sitting outside, wondering how I'm going to do this for the next 6 days. I fell asleep outside in. They had like rocking chairs that look like Cracker Barrel rocking chairs.
Yeah.
If you remember what Cracker Barrel is? I fell asleep in the chair and I remember waking up when the sun was coming up. I got like 3 hours sleep. And so I got a little better as it went. But the whole goal at church camp was to get a girlfriend, a church camp girlfriend. And all the guys, because it was like bunks. It was kind of like prison. There's like bunk beds all the way through inside of this big wide open cabin floor. And so not only did you worry that someone was going to prank you, not shank you, but prank you while you were sleeping. And again, didn't have a lot of friends. You wanted to get a church camp girlfriend. I tried so hard to get a church camp girlfriend. I remember asking, basically, I went down the whole, I started at the ones I wanted the most. I got all the way down to the end, and nobody wanted to be my church camp girlfriend. And I remember the day before church camp was over, I was still trying hard. I was shooting my shot with everyone. No one would say yes. I was like 0 for 30. And they had these, you know those things you get on, it's like 2 people, and you pedal on the water? Like the pedal boat.
Yeah, paddle boats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you get in and you just do it with your feet, and 2 people can get in it. So we had this little creek. little creek pond, and I went and I took one of these paddle boats by myself. Wasn't supposed to, and I pushed it out, and I'm like, you know what? If no girl wants to be my church camp girlfriend, I'm just gonna go sit in the middle of the creek and not come out. I decided I was just gonna go and stay in the creek. So I paddled out to the middle of the creek pond, and I was ready for like about an hour later them to worry about me and come get me and be like, where's Bobby? Nobody ever came searching for me. Finally, the sun went all the way down and it was dark.
No.
Yeah. And you know who came searching for me? Nobody. No church camp girlfriend, no church camp counselor, no church camp friends. You know who was in the middle of the pond creek by themselves on a two-person paddle boat, but with one person? Me.
Yeah.
Me. And finally, when it got so dark and I realized there was nobody coming, I just paddled back in.
Oh my gosh.
Went back in my cabin.
And how old were you again?
And laid down. I was probably 11.
That's traumatizing for an 11-year-old to put yourself out at sea.
So I had no TV.
And at creek, to put yourself out at creek and nobody with the intent of seeing who's going to come get you, and then nobody
even was like.
Have you worked through that?
Well, I didn't even think about it till my power went out yesterday. And I'm reliving it all going, this stinks.
Yeah.
So my power went out. It reminded me of church camp and how I never got a church camp girlfriend. And then it came on for like an hour, and then it went out again last night. And there had no TV. And if you're new to this show, I sleep with the TV on. And I can't sleep with it off. Growing up, I never had a bedroom. So I slept in the living room. And so the TV was always on in the living room. And my closet was underneath the couch. You know, we didn't have a lot of money, so I didn't have a bedroom. I didn't have a bed. And so the TV was always on, so I slept with the TV on. That was what was comfortable for me. So if the TV's not on, I can't sleep. And the TV wasn't on because I couldn't connect to the internet, and it was there. And Caitlin, who's at my house now, my girlfriend, because we're basically quarantined together, she has no problem. She can sleep with the TV on, with it off. She can sleep with me flipping channels with the internet. I can be watching a YouTube video. Like, she has no problem sleeping. She'll sleep through anything. And so she falls right asleep. And it's like 9:30. I got to wake up early and do this show. 10:30 comes. 11:30 comes. 12:30 comes. Nothing. I cannot fall asleep. So I get up and I'm eating everything. I'm in the quarantine food. I'm in the food closet going through all the chips.
The food you're supposed to ration?
Yes.
Oh, my gosh.
But because I can't sleep, my hormones are off. I'm eating chips because I'm bored. My dog's like, what's happening? There shouldn't be noise at 12 o'clock at night. I fell asleep at like 1:30 this morning. Woke up about 3 hours later, and here I am.
Oh, great.
Reliving church camp. So anyway, my power went out yesterday. It's a little dramatic.
Yeah.
I woke up this morning and I checked the scratch, and it said your power should be back on. First of all, at like 9:41, it wasn't. 1:41, it wasn't. I woke up this morning and it was on, but it was like kind of broken up. So please, if I need to have a prayer right now for me to have internet today, I will. That's what happened. That's my day yesterday.
Yeah. Okay.
It's the whole thing.
There's a lot.
It's just
There's a lot happening inside that power outage.
Yeah, it's more than the power.
I think there's more stirring up in there. How's coronavirus affecting your therapy sessions?
I haven't been since. I went last week.
Oh, okay. I just didn't know if
Hold on. I have a session. No, there's your birthday tomorrow.
I didn't know if people were because I've been.
I have one on the 25th, a week from tomorrow. But I assume it's still going. It says therapy at 2 p.m., a right with Jim Beavers at 3 p.m., and then Bobo at 7 p.m. But this is all pre-corona.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, my calendar, it would be dotted every day. I still have American Idol on my calendar. They haven't cut us yet. I'm sure that they will. We'll delay it. But there's been no word yet.
Crazy.
But I tell you, I watched the show last night, Hollywood Week. Great. And they're starting to use me more. They didn't really know where to put me during the auditions because I wasn't in the auditions last year. And so they kind of had to find new places because I wasn't really mentoring them on what music to pick. It was mostly like giving them, all right, that's what you're going to see. So, but last night we started to see a little injection.
Yeah.
Little injection of your boy on Idol last night. It felt pretty good. GMA did a story this morning on a coronavirus patient in Kentucky who is under armed guard after refusing to isolate.
Oh, my goodness.
Because he got it and was
What?
like, isolating, you crazy? They also talked about the video posted over the weekend about the bars being packed in Nashville, and they quoted my tweet.
Video posted online from over the weekend showed a packed bar in downtown Nashville. In response, radio host Bobby Bones called this irresponsible. This morning, a change of heart. The attorney representing many of the large bars here now says they will all be closing their doors.
There you go.
Because of you think?
No.
Did you say that?
Hey, listen, there were like 5 of us that came out just firing at it. Maren Morris came out firing.
Yeah.
I was firing. My whole point was, as humans, if we're sick or we could possibly get sick, and a doctor we put scientists in there too. If they say, hey, this is going to happen to you if you don't, we go, ooh, I'm sick or about to get sick. I should listen to you. But if a doctor or scientist goes, okay, if you don't do this, someone else could suffer. It's like, we don't care. We're going to go party. That was my only point, because it showed all these people jam-packed with each other. What were you going to ask?
I don't remember. I have no idea.
Yeah. Someone says, Bobby's hashtag first world problems. Oh, for sure.
Yeah. No
No one's saying it's the worst problem in the world. But yeah, I lost my power yesterday, and I was like, oh, dear God. Because I'm going to be at home a lot. Okay, what'd you say? We're going to do Tell Me Something Good next? Okay. Well, and the craziest news of all, Tom Brady is leaving the Patriots.
Wow.
He just posted a few minutes ago, Tell Me Something Good was happening. I didn't want to jump in. But Tom Brady put up a whole thing on his Instagram and Twitter. Forever a Patriot. When I just saw that, I thought he's going to stay with the Patriots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was forever a Patriot, meaning regardless of where he goes next, he will always be a Patriot in his heart.
And he hasn't revealed where he's going next, right?
I just read the whole thing. Yeah, I have benefited from all that you have given me. I've cherished every opportunity. And on and on. But,
wow.
So, listen, where is it probably? Tampa?
I would think so.
Possibly
that's the Vegas favorite right now.
Possibly the Chargers.
Yeah.
But Tampa, because he can't go to the Raiders, because Mariota just went to the Raiders. He can't go to the Titans.
Got Ryan
'cause
Tannehill.
There you go, Amy.
He just got a really nice deal.
Can't go to the 49ers because they said they weren't going to trade Garoppolo for him.
Right.
So, that'd be crazy if he goes to the Bucs.
But hold on, question. Why doesn't he just stay with the Patriots? Like, why does he have to leave?
Well, if he wants a 2-year deal, he's a free agent.
Yeah.
They're gonna put weapons around him.
Okay, I don't know. I just feel like that would be like me being with you guys all these years, and then all of a sudden I'm like, peace out.
But what if I eliminated Lunchbox, Eddie?
Oh, did they
Morgan
get rid of
number
some of his
2?
people?
He didn't have a crap.
Oh, okay.
That's kind of what. Yeah.
And Mike D. And the only thing that I put in their place was that cutout of Jason Aldean.
A bunch of turds.
Yeah.
Okay, and I need to protect my body
From
getting tackled.
You're just not going to win with this crew like that.
So anyway, we're not going to turn this into
I was just curious. I don't know.
the sports hour, but
That's a big deal.
yeah, it's a big deal. I wouldn't hop on and talk about a free agency change if it were just somebody else.
Because there have been a few we're not going to talk about.
Yeah.
It's Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Even I care.
So anyway, there's that deal. So he's leaving the Patriots.
Wow.
Crazy news. Oh, hey, let's bring Scuba Steve in because I do want to talk about the draft yesterday. And Scuba Steve is bringing in some new rules for the draft, which, by the way, hit me with that update, Raymundo. Here we go.
Let's go. The Bobby Bones Show.
Draft update.
The winner of the draft yesterday was Lunchbox with his first pick of Garth Brooks. Do we have his whole team up here or no? Well, Lunchbox won with Garth Brooks as the pick. The score is now Lunchbox 3, Bobby 3, Morgan number 2.
Wow.
Now, I've been scolded a little bit by Scuba Steve. He's coming in for some rule changes. First of all, I'd like to apologize to everyone for what I did.
Did you break the rules?
Well, I don't think I broke them, but rules have been changed based on my actions.
Wow.
Scuba Steve, welcome to the show.
Thank you. I appreciate you having me here.
He's the referee and the executive producer. What are the changes in the draft?
We have 4 changes here.
Okay.
In order to keep things fair, these are the new rules.
Okay, go ahead.
Rule number 1, the draft voting is open for 12 hours at bobbybones.com.
Which we implemented starting this week, but just so we know, you have 12 hours to vote. Got it?
Correct. So 7:20 Central Standard Time, it's cut off.
Okay.
Number 2, due to you, Bobby, campaigning for Amy yesterday, that will be no longer allowed.
What?
Whatsoever.
Who told us? Who snitched?
I saw it yesterday on Instagram Live when I was cooking dinner.
Well, there was no rule against that.
You
Wow.
were campaigning for your enemy?
Well, because she has no wins, and I don't want people that are close to me in the leaderboard.
What is it, World War II?
I know.
Listen, no, I've never felt like more special. I just kind of got on Instagram and it was a surprise. And I was like, all of a sudden, Bobby looking out for me and posting about me, like it made my night.
Yeah.
It was fun. I don't care that I lost or this is now against the rules. I appreciate you, Bobby.
Well, you're welcome. And my bad. I won't do that anymore.
I appreciate
It's
that.
a
Thank
rule.
you.
Go ahead. Another rule.
The next one, this one actually is pretty cool. So each show member can do one 5-minute Instagram Live or Twitter during that 12-hour voting period. Now, once it's over, you can't do it. And if you do any more than one video, you'll be disqualified.
So we have 5 minutes total.
Correct.
Any more than 5 minutes, you're disqualified.
Correct, yes.
Okay, and then finally,
anyone that argues any of these rules is out for 2 rounds.
Dang.
all right, Scuba Steve, thank you very much.
Anytime.
I apologize. It wasn't cheating. I was just playing strategically.
What was the point? Who was close, or what was the situation?
Well, Lunchbox would have been is tied with me now, and so I was trying to keep him from that
Got
win.
Got it.
That's on me. All right, thank you, Scuba Steve.
You're welcome. I accept your apology.
We appreciate that. Dang. First Tom Brady. Now I can't campaign for Amy anymore.
Right?
What is happening here? Keith Urban played a concert last night on Instagram from a warehouse.
That's cool.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I watched it.
He did a bunch of songs. Nicole Kidman was there. And did he have a DJ with him or something?
He was like the beat
a drummer?
guy.
Yeah.
He was like the beat guy.
Here's a clip of Keith Urban. Do we have it says audio on my sheet here. Okay. Here's a clip of him performing Coming Home. So that's pretty cool. What you're going to see with everyone is a ton of great digital content. Because Keith Urban did this concert, John Legend either did or is doing a concert. Garth Brooks announced he's going to do a show. So people can't get out and do shows. People are just going to do them online.
That's cool.
Eddie and I, we're going to do a Raging Idiot show.
Wait for that.
Because we said if Wash Your Hands went #1 on the kids chart, we would do it. And it took down Baby Shark.
Can't believe it.
Baby Shark is our chump now.
Yeah.
We did it, team. This song right here is the #1 kids song in the country, taking down 70 weeks in a row, #1 Baby Shark.
Crazy.
And that's only because of our listeners and our team. So here, we're going to play it for you now. Maybe the only day we can say this. Your #1 kids song. Here is Wash Your Hands from the Raging Idiots.
Yeah.
Enjoy. And also wash your hands. That's why we're playing this.
Yeah,
like,
of course.
listen to this. Sing it to your kids. Play it for your kids. Pretty cool. So last night on American Idol, it was Hollywood Week. And I'm getting to mentor these kids a little more now because they're actually having to come in with questions. Like, now what do I do? And so this kid, Francisco, who is so good, he wanted advice on nerves because he comes in trembling. He's so good, but he's so nervous. The first time he auditions in front of the judges, which wasn't last night, it was during the auditions, he's shaking. And so my whole thing with a lot of these people, and even friends that have to speak at work or a public setting or people that sing for the first time or just anything where you get super nervous because you have to do something in front of people, is that you're not going to do anything to will away your nerves. There's no trick to just going, okay, if I think this, the nerves will go away. There's no thinking about people being naked and all the nerves. That's just not realistic. So this is the advice I gave him last night. I'm going to give you a little advice about these nerves. You can't will them away. So what I would suggest that you do is just embrace the fact that you're just a nervous person. We want to take nerves and go, do not come with me. But the more we push them away, the more they jump on our back.
Exactly.
So you're like, get in the backpack, nerves. We're going up on the stage. It's time to go sing. It's like you have your own backing band.
Yeah.
The nerves. So my point with this is you're wasting energy trying to get your nerves to go away when you could be focused on something else. So you're not going to do anything in that moment to be less nervous. You'll go out and you'll succeed or fail and you'll be a little less nervous because you've had that experience. So what I would say to everyone who is going through something where they're getting super nervous because you have to, oh man, I hate talking in front of people, is that you can spend time going, what do I do? Or you can just go, you know what? I'm just going to be nervous. Now let me just be a little more prepared than I was. Because you only have so much energy. And you can spend some of that energy worrying about being nervous. Or you can just go, you know what? I'm just going to be nervous. This is what's going to happen this time. But I can focus the time I would spend on what do I do not to be nervous to spend on going, how can I prepare just a little bit more? Like instead of thinking about that, I'm just going to be nervous. Now, let me go over my lines again, or let me go over my message again. So unless you take a Xanax, you're just going to be nervous.
Ooh.
But if you take a Xanax, you're probably going to go up and say stupid stuff.
Yeah, and you might fall asleep.
So that's my point there. And I think we all suffer at some point with nerves in situations that we aren't comfortable or situations that are new to us.
Or haven't you said before, situations we just really care about?
Well, I think that's why people get nervous. And
Okay.
it's so rare that you get to be nervous about something good. You know, and I talk to them about that too. I'm like, hey, you're nervous about something good. Most of the time we get nervous about something, it's about something that sucks. Somebody's sick. We got to go up in front. We're uncomfortable in a situation. Like if you have the opportunity to be nervous about something good, that's a cinnamon roll in life. That's just pure extra, pure fun. So be happy that you get to be nervous about something good, because a lot of times when we're nervous, it is not about something good. So that was what I gave him last night. I just think there's a lot in common with a lot of people that maybe you're not a performer, but sometimes people have to get up at work and talk about the plan or
Give a presentation.
the idea,
Yeah.
or you have to get up at church or whatever it is. And you're like, I'm just not comfortable doing it. Oh no, how do I make myself not nervous? Yeah, don't make yourself not nervous. So stop trying to make yourself not nervous. But what you can do is focus on what you were brought in to do. And by doing that, it's automatically going to make you a little less nervous because your mind is somewhere else. Thank you. You've all been mentored the end.
Oh, thank you, man. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Wow, we get to sit with America's Mentor every day.
I know.
I'm going to open the mailbag in a second. I got somebody that has a question about letting their teenage daughter wear something, but it's to school. And I think, is it to school? But schools are closed now.
So we're good.
We've had this for a few days.
But it's still relevant. I mean,
Yeah, we'll do it. But it's crazy now how everything has changed so
Yeah.
fast. Because I was just looking at it and I'm like, we're not even in school. Most schools aren't even going anymore. Okay, we'll open up the mailbag coming up in a second. Also, this passenger arrested for joking about coronavirus on a plane. It's a whole thing. We'll do that coming up. Okay, let's open up the mailbag here on the Bobby Bones Show.
Bobby's Mailbag.
All right, morning studio, they say. Morning.
Morning.
My name is Bailey. I needed some advice on an issue I'm having right now with my 13-year-old daughter. She recently asked me permission to wear leggings to school. I bought her a pair for Christmas that she is only allowed to wear around the house. I don't know how I feel about her wearing them in public because they are very tight. In my eyes, leggings are not pants. They are more like footless tights. But she wants to be like her friends who wear them to school. Am I being too strict on her? Is this what all teenage girls are wearing now? From Bailey. By the way, you can call us and give us your opinion. 877-77-BOBBY. She has a 13-year-old daughter. Amy, you have a 12-year-old daughter. Mm-hmm. Your advice?
oh man, my daughter wears leggings, so I don't. But I see your reservation, and depending on maybe if you compromise, like I don't know what kind of top she's wanting to wear with it, but could it be like a longer sweatshirt or button down or something, and maybe make a compromise like, hey, yeah, wear the leggings, but let's make sure this is the top we have on. I don't know. I mean, my daughter still, she doesn't seem like her body is there yet. She still seems like such a little girl to me. So I might have, as she gets older and her body changes, we might have to rethink it. But my husband isn't that into it. He doesn't even like me wearing leggings. And
That's true.
You know, I'm an adult.
True. That's also true.
Yeah, like if I would wear them, so like, we've gotten over it. I wear them all the time now. But remember early in our marriage, it was a really big deal. Like I couldn't go places unless I tied something around my waist.
I would say that as long as there's a compromise that could be made here, like Amy says, a long sweatshirt, even you can wear them under a skirt.
Yes.
I think you can wear them at home, but at school, if you're going to wear them, you can wear them like your friends, but you need to wear something over it. Right. And I think sweatshirts probably, because that's borderline, but a long sweatshirt works. I would personally recommend, a shirt and then a skirt and even more. But I think there's a compromise to be made here.
There is.
It's just tough when all the friends get to do it.
I know. I wish all moms could get together and be like, okay, look, here's the deal. This is what we're going to do with our kids.
Unionize?
Yes, because listen, what you're doing is causing me a lot of issues in my house. So if we could just agree that let's meet in the middle, maybe moms compromise. But lucky for this mom, like oversized sweatshirts are really popular with kids right now. So it could be an easy way to win is like a big oversized sweatshirt with the leggings.
We'll take your calls right after Dustin Lynch riding roads. Mailbag is open. We'll take your advice. Thanks.
Hey, good morning, studio.
Morning. What do you think?
I think it's okay. Of course, worn appropriately. I mean, if you wore like a long shirt with it, because I wear leggings, my daughter's worn leggings. I wore leggings in high school. I'm wearing leggings now.
Like all leggings all the time over here with Tori. Hey,
Same.
so you think it's okay? 13 years old, you can go and just chill and wear leggings to school, no problem?
Yeah, wear longer shirts. Cover up stuff.
Yeah, I think that's the general consensus with most of the ladies that are listening to this now. I appreciate that call, Tori. Thank you for listening.
All right. I always listen to you guys.
Well, thank you. And hey, listen, I don't know if you're in your house because of Corona, but if you can watch us on Facebook or YouTube. You can listen to the podcast after the show. You can turn us on your Alexas. So however you listen, we appreciate you being with us. All right.
All right. Take care.
Bye, Tori. Let's go to Caitlin in North Carolina. Caitlin, what do you think about this?
So when I was in high school, my mom told me that I was only allowed to wear them if I wore a long enough hoodie or a shirt to cover up my butt. So, the guys don't look. Because when you're that young, it's a little inappropriate.
Yeah. So you're saying I should say to her, you agree with Amy that if she wears them, she needs to make sure she's covered.
Yes.
She should only be seen from the thigh down is what I said in leggings.
See, but, some girls nowadays, they're a little thicker on the thighs, and it might even then catch some eyes.
I don't understand what she just said, Amy.
She said some girls nowadays are thicker on the thighs.
Yeah.
But I don't.
But what?
I don't know.
What, Caitlin?
I feel like.
Like, I know when I was in high school and I wore them, like, I would go against my mom, and I wouldn't cover up. And
Right,
then I'd get in trouble for that. And it would catch the wrong kind of eye.
Right. Like some girls, maybe nowadays she's saying, are developing earlier, so their curves are coming out sooner.
I think at 13, I won't even talk about curves. I think if you're 16, it's a different conversation. But 13, I think we're all on the same team for once.
I mean, my daughter's going to be 13 in mid-April. And I'm like, if I were to even talk with her, try to get her to understand why she needed to cover certain things, she would be so confused.
Yeah. Hey, thank you for that call. Thank you all for the calls. We're all on the same page here.
Yeah.
You can wear them, but cover up.
The butt.
You said it, not me. Close the mailbag.
And that was Bobby's Mailbag.
There you go. Thank you very much. We got a lot. I got a lot to address coming up in a second. The guy who gets on an airplane and makes a joke about coronavirus. You can probably guess what happened after that. We'll talk. And a St. Patrick's Day game.
Yeah.
And tomorrow's Amy's birthday. We got a bunch. Hang
No
out.
pinching today. If people don't have on green, you have to practice social
Virtually.
distance.
Oh, yeah.
Distancing.
You do a shout pinch.
Pinch.
All right, we'll come back next. Thank you. Eddie and I were playing NBA 2K20 yesterday at the house. We did a podcast, and then we went and played video games. It's fun. I think today we're going to do it again.
Yeah, I got the itch now. I mean, I haven't played video games in forever.
Me either.
We had a blast, Amy. I mean, we were having fun.
Yeah, it was good. We got it all set up. I'm thinking about getting on Twitch where you stream where people can watch you play video games, except I suck. So, but the Starbucks near my house, they've eliminated all the chairs, right? And then I saw that it's a national thing where if you go into a Starbucks, there are no more chairs because they want you to get out. You go and you order and then you leave. You can't just hang out. First I saw was Mike D's Instagram story. He's like, when I go to Bobby's house, I stop at this Starbucks and there are no chairs. It is weird. It's like,
Yeah. My sister owns a coffee shop, and the governor of Colorado shut down all restaurants. So they can still serve to go, though. But she's like, it's weird. We're used to people just hanging out and doing work and seeing people. But now they're just going to, I guess, do to-go orders. It's crazy.
Tom Hanks and Rita Wilson have left the hospital. They're still in Australia, but they have left the hospital. So their coronavirus is in transition.
Good.
The TV journalist Richard Wilkins, who talked with Rita Wilson after the announcement that they had coronavirus, now has coronavirus.
Yikes.
Oh, wow.
They say this is 10 times more contagious than the flu. that it's a super contagion.
Dang.
So
Golly.
isn't that crazy? Because I'm
Even
sure he took
more-
precautions.
Yeah.
I know.
I'm sure he didn't shake her hand or anything.
Hey, Rita, and licks her arm. That didn't happen. The Idris Elba, the actor, has coronavirus. He announced it yesterday. He's a A-list actor, and he has it. Now, here's the clip of him talking.
So look, this morning I got some test results back for coronavirus, and it came back positive, and it sucks. Listen, I'm doing okay. Sabrina hasn't been tested, and she's doing okay. I didn't have any symptoms. I got tested because I realized I was exposed to someone who had also tested positive. I found out last Friday that they were tested positive. I quarantined myself and got a test immediately and got the results back today. All right, man, stay positive and don't freak out.
It's crazy to hear him in a British accent because all the movie roles he plays are mostly American accent. Hey, Mike, what do you know him most for? Mike does a movie podcast called Mike's Movie Podcast. I know him from, he goes in as the boss on The Office for a while. He was People's Sexiest Man like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
What movie is he from?
I know him most from the Thor movies. He
What's
plays
his
the guard in that.
Idris Elba. Idris. You'll know him.
I know. I just have to look him up. Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. What? He's not American? I'm more shocked by that than the fact that he has corona.
I know. Sometimes you see a dude that speaks like Rick Grimes on Walking Dead. He plays an Atlanta sheriff.
Yeah, what is he?
I think he's Australian because when he talks, I'm like, who are you? This is not the same person.
This dude, he's on Supergirl.
Idris Elba is?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
They were saying he was going to be the next Bond.
Oh.
I don't think
I could see that.
I don't think he ended up being the next Bond.
Oh, okay.
But
Gosh, you said he didn't have symptoms, huh? He just knew he was exposed.
he was near somebody.
Well, yeah, he didn't have them yet.
Yeah, so then do you wait and go, oh boy, here it comes?
What?
I would think everything that was happening to me was a symptom. Like, oh.
Right.
What do you say, Amy?
Oh, nothing. Now I'm just on a rabbit hole about Idris Elba, and he is on Supergirl. Wow. Crazy.
An American Airlines passenger claimed to have coronavirus on board a flight. The flight to Nashville from Dallas was delayed 8 hours, and he was removed. Authorities in hazmat suits arrested the man who claimed he was joking.
Oh, my gosh.
After the passengers claimed triggered panic in the cabin, the plane was boarded by police officers and authorities in protective suits. However, the aircraft set to depart 6:30 p.m. on Saturday evening was delayed 8 hours. You know, dumb thing to say. I can't say I'm better than it.
Was he drunk?
No, I don't think so. But imagine you're just like, it's just offhandedly, because it is the biggest thing in pop culture.
If you and I were joking about it, we quickly would be like, just kidding, we're just joking.
But it doesn't. I think even if you say that, you can't unring that bell. If you say it.
Have so many people around you that are like, okay, is he now just saying he's just kidding because he doesn't want to get kicked off or have the flight delayed or whatever? I mean, you just, can't be too careful.
Yeah, I guess you can't joke about that.
No.
You want to do St. Patrick's Day trivia?
Sure.
Yeah.
Today is St. Patrick's Day, Amy.
Okay.
And a lot of people can't celebrate because of quarantine, but we can play a game here on the show. I have 10 easy St. Patrick's Day questions for you. All the answers are something that you see or hear about on St. Patrick's Day. You have to get them all right in 60 seconds.
Okay.
Hey, get a caller on if we can, and if Amy wins, they can win a prize. So I want the pressure to be there so you're playing for someone.
Okay.
Hey, Ray, just pull one of them up. We'll see what happens.
All right.
I don't care what happens. Everything's broken anyway, like our infrastructure. Let's see here. Turn somebody up. Hello. Somebody's there. Hello. You're on. This is Bobby. Who is this? Okay, let's try this.
This is Erin.
Erin, you're on the air. This is Bobby. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm good. Where do you live?
I live in New Hampshire.
Okay, cool. So we're going to let you play a game with Amy. She's going to play for you. If she gets...
Oh, my God. What?
Well, if she gets 10 questions right about St. Patrick's Day...
Which
I'm going to give... What do I give her?
I don't know.
You give her some of that crap in the back?
Yeah, we got a whole box of
stuff.
stuff.
We got some cool prizes.
Well, at least I won't feel bad now if...
I'll give you some of the crap, and I'll give you $50 of my own money.
Whoa. Okay, now the pressure's on.
Yeah.
Crap in the back, I was like, it's okay if we lose.
You get some crap. You get some crap in the back and $50, cold, hard cash.
So we get to both answer, right?
No, because only 60 seconds. You'll run out of time conferring with each other.
Okay. So it's just all on me.
You're
She's just
all
on the
on
phone.
you.
Okay, great.
Amy, you're going to do great.
Thank
I
you.
believe in you.
I appreciate that.
What's your name again?
Aaron.
Aaron, and you're from New Hampshire. What do you do for a living?
I'm a teacher, actually.
Oh, so are you out of school now?
Well, I'm in school right now, but we don't have students, and I'm prepping, and I needed a social break.
Oh, good. Well, let's take it together. Are you ready? Amy, are you ready?
Ready.
You're representing Aaron. She'll get some crap in the back and $50 in cash. Do you want to give us an idea what some of the crap in the back is in a second? Or we can do it now. What's the coolest crap we have back there, Raymundo? I really want to.
Vintage t-shirts.
Oh, a vintage t-shirt or two. What is that?
Carolina Panthers doll.
Who is the doll, though?
Just a random doll, but it's if you're a Panthers fan.
Okay, well, what else you got handed to you?
We have a pretzel. It's a toy probably for a dog.
Okay, so we're going to give you a Carolina Pretzels doll, a stuffed pretzel.
Carolina Panthers doll.
Yeah, what'd I say?
Pretzels doll.
Okay, whatever. We'll sign the pretzel and $50 cold hard cash.
Okay.
Okay. Anything else, Raymundo?
That's all we got.
Okay.
I got to be honest. I don't know that I know anything about St. Patrick's Day besides.
You do, trust me.
Okay.
Ready with the timer, Raymundo. 60 seconds. It starts at the end of the first question. Here we go. This is a plant with 4 leaves that will bring you luck.
Clover.
Correct. The type of animal St. Patrick drove out of Ireland.
What? What?
Come on.
I don't even know. He drove an animal? A leprechaun.
Incorrect.
The leprechaun is the
A traditional leafy green that you boil and eat on St. Patrick's Day.
Kale?
Incorrect. This is the Notre Dame mascot.
A leprechaun.
Correct. This normally goes down 5th Avenue in New York City every year.
A float? A leprechaun.
This musical instrument commonly found at funerals and in St. Patrick's Day parades.
They wear it with the kilts. The thing that I forget what it's called. Go ahead. Bagpipe.
Bagpipe, correct. This body of water gets turned green every St. Patrick's Day.
Beer.
What? Body of water?
What's wrong with you?
That'd be awesome to have a body of water beer.
Keep going. Keep going. I can win.
No, you don't deserve to win.
What animal did he ride out on? A leper?
A leper's not an animal.
I mean, it's a disease. A leopard?
Hey.
A leopard?
Aaron, what's the animal St. Patrick drove out of Ireland?
Wasn't it snakes?
It's snakes.
Oh, he didn't. He got them out of there.
Yeah, he drove them out of.
I was picturing him leaving Ireland, driving on an animal. That's why
I kind of pictured that too, Amy.
That should be reworded.
Okay.
But snakes, okay.
The plant with 4 leaves is a clover. You got that.
Got it.
The snakes you did not get. A traditional leafy green that you boil and eat on St. Patrick's Day. What do you think?
Bok choy.
What's wrong with you? Hold on. It's not bok choy.
It's cabbage.
It's cabbage. Or it's
That
not
makes sense.
kale either. The Notre Dame mascot.
Define cabbage as a traditional leafy green, by the way.
The Notre Dame mascot is a leprechaun.
Okay.
That's even a broken clock, right? Twice a day. She's just yelling leprechaun every one of these.
No, I knew that.
This normally goes down 5th Avenue in New York City. You said a float. The answer is a parade. If it was close, I'd accept that.
Thank you.
A bagpipe is the musical instrument found.
Nailed it.
Okay. This body of water gets turned green every St. Patrick's Day. You said beer.
I have no idea.
You know what? If we'd have went to the judges, I think we'd have probably accepted that. Because that body of water, maybe, but it's really the Chicago River.
Oh, okay.
The type of meat that's found in New York City deli sandwiches and often served with cabbage on St. Patrick's Day.
Spam. Bologna. Honey ham?
Oh, honey glazed.
Emmy's like, is it pepper turkey?
What is it?
Aaron, what do you think that is?
It's an Irish name. How do you keep forgetting it?
The type of meat.
Her name is Erin. It's Irish.
I can't hear it really. They finally wrote it on my screen.
Okay.
Add it in.
Corned beef.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I don't know that I've ever had corned beef, but okay. Now that I hear
The shake served by McDonald's around St. Patrick's Day.
Mint.
The Shamrock Shake.
Shamrock, but it's mint, isn't it?
And the plant that is the symbol of St. Patrick's Day.
A clover.
The shamrock.
Oh.
Aaron, you did not win.
Oh, sorry, Aaron. That was hard.
But did you have fun, Aaron?
I had a great time. Thank you so much.
A little social break from your teaching job.
Yeah, it's great.
Are y'all having to
super helpful?
Are you having to be there to prep for distance learning?
Yep, we're just making everything for online learning.
Wow. Yeah. Well, thank you for all that you do. As a mom, I appreciate it.
Thanks.
All right, Aaron, have a great day. Thank you for listening.
Thanks.
All right, bye-bye.
Have a great day.
You too. See you later.
Man, that was a bummer.
I know, you really let her down.
I know.
We had some good crap in the bag, too.
Crap in the bag.
There you go. All right, thank you very much, everybody. So we do a segment with Mike D, who loves movies, called Movie Mike's Movie Minute. Hit that, Raymundo.
And now, Movie Mike's Movie Minute.
So movie theaters are shutting down all over the country, and a cool thing I saw that Universal is doing is they're releasing movies the same day they were to come out in theaters on demand.
Dang, dude, you kind of called that.
Well, and you know what's going to happen? They're going to see a nice hit from this, and it's going to kind of be the newish norm.
Yeah, it's going to jumpstart, sadly, the end of theaters.
Not sadly. I have been on the don't go to a theater because it's gross anyway train for a long time. Mm-hmm. So what do you think about that?
I think it's pretty cool. Starting this Friday, you can pretty much get on like Amazon or Apple and you can rent them for 48 hours. It costs $20, which is a little more than a movie ticket. But I mean, if you have people over, it's worth it.
If you have a family, that's amazing. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Oh, is Top Gun going to come out this way? I know it's not coming out till like June, but if maybe they decide to throw it out early, because that'd be awesome.
What do you think about that?
I mean, they're testing it right now. The biggest name they have right now is a Trolls movie. So they're not really going past anything with like April release dates. That's not coming out till June. Oh. But I mean, I think they might do something like this now.
What's on your latest episode of Movie Mike's Movie Podcast?
I'm talking about how movies make money. So
I don't understand.
So essentially all the costs that go into making a movie and then how they get all that money back through like ticket sales, DVD stuff, and streaming.
Okay. So if you love movies, check out Movie Mike's Movie Podcast. That's the Movie Minute. Thank you very much.
And that was Movie Mike's Movie Minute.
That's a good song.
It's very relaxing.
We can do that just to watch. Caitlin and I did review Uncut Gems on Instagram. I just posted it at Mr. Bobby Bones if you want to check that out, where she did compare it to something she did in junior high. So you can see that there. There was a guy in Kentucky who tested positive for coronavirus, and then he refused to self-isolate because if you have it, they're like, you go into mandatory quarantine. And he's like, nope. So then the governor said, all right. So they put him in a house, and they have an armed guard outside his house.
I mean, that's such a waste of resources because he should just be responsible human and quarantine himself. Come on.
Coronavirus patient is a 53-year-old resident of Nelson County, Kentucky. And then he refused the shutdown. He refused the quarantine and was like, I'll come out if I want to. And they're like, no, you won't come out if you want to. Nice. You know, you see where San Francisco is doing the mandatory shelter. I forget the exact name for it. You're going to see this with more cities where it's like a for sure quarantine. Like, don't come out of your house unless you got to get to work.
Oh, wow.
Because what we have now is, hey, it would just be good if you stayed in the house.
Right.
And they're closing a lot of restaurants and places where more than 10 people can gather. But if you want to go now to Starbucks, you can. If you want to go even to some of the restaurants, you can. But in some place, San Francisco, I think maybe you'll see like Seattle. I forget the term that they're calling it specifically, but it's some kind of shelter. Can you give me the name of this? It's some kind of shelter term. But yeah, where the people are in their house and they're not allowed to leave unless you're going to and from somewhere specific.
Wow.
And I think eventually there'll be more of that, especially what they're calling hot spots. Even the president said that yesterday. So hey, listen, it's a wild world we're in. We don't really know what's happening. So appreciate you guys. Just thanks for listening to us. Thanks for listening later on in the day. If you don't get to listen on the drive to work because your schedule's been changed, just hit us up. Bobby Bones Show on demand on iHeartRadio or wherever you listen to podcasts.